Hi, hello everyone. Welcome to KnowHow Academy's Power BI free live training day 8. I welcome you all on this particular occasion where we are connecting to learn some advanced technology. Now, when I am talking about the advanced technologies, we have a lot of technologies in the modern era, but the most important point is that we should be aware and we should be knowing ourselves that what best suits us. It is not at all possible for any of the individual to learn all the skills in the world, right? So now when we are talking about the advanced technologies, we have data analyst, business analyst, data scientist, cloud computing, we have AWS DevOps. There are a lot of things comes into the market, but if you just look into the different aspect, out of all these things, data visualizations are playing a very important and vital role in the market nowadays. So out of that, we are here learning Power BI. Hi, I am M. Asif Hussain from KnowHow Academy. My dear viewers, from the past 7 days of our exclusive free live training, I am very happy and we are very thankful to all the viewers who are watching the YouTube live of our Power BI free training. And here we have learned a lot of interesting things. We have got a lot of suggestions. We have implemented a lot of DAX functions and we have worked on many of the visualizations. Hi, now let's work on day 8. What are we going to learn today? We are going to learn managing roles in Power BI. We are going to learn how to create a static RLS in Power BI. We are going to learn how to create a dynamic RLS in Power BI. And we are even going to learn how to do a scheduled refresh, how to create an incremental refresh, and what exactly is a data gateway. Alright, so let's work on it. My dear viewers, so first let me show you the data set here. Alright, Mr. Sunil Kumar, hi, I appreciate you are joining today for this day 8 live training. Alright, Mr. Anish, hello. And here in this particular data set, if you just look into it, we have the sandwich ID, we have the order date, we have order time, we have unit price, total price, we have sandwich size, sandwich category, right? Now let's take an example. You are working in team A and I am working in team B. Okay, let me give you a general scenario here. All right. So what my point is that? My point is that you are working in team A and I am working in team B. Let's consider that we both are working on a same project. We both are working on a same data set. I'm just relating this with a real-time example. Just think that you all who are listening to my class, you all belongs to the category called team A and I will belong to the category called team B, where we both as a team, we are working on a single project, which is sandwich sales project. Okay, so what we are doing, we are working on a sandwich sales project. Now my point is that you would like to see only the sandwich size L information alone. Are you getting my point? So I am team B, I am handling with the master data, I am working with the data. So now what's happening? I want to share you the report where you have to see the sandwich size L related information. As you can see here in the data set that we have L, M, S, XL, double XL types of sandwiches, right? So now my point is that let me share you a simple question. If you want to see only one specific part of the sandwich size information or the sales, is it required for me to share the complete report or is it required for me that you get the access only to look the L size information? Can anyone please answer this one? Can anyone please answer this one? Hi Premchand. Can anyone please answer this? For example, you would like to see only the sandwich size L related data. Am I right? So I have the master data. Now when you want to get the data of only sandwich size L, is it okay that I can share you the complete report or the complete data set, or is it required only that I'll share you the sandwich size L related information? Okay, Mr. Shafi Ahmed, access only to L size, only L size with the help of calculate function. Okay, so alright, thank you for your reply. You are right. Now, can anyone please tell me what are the consequences? What will be the consequences rather than sharing only the sandwich size L related data? I will be sharing the entire data set of the project. So what will be the consequences? What will happen if I try to share the entire data set? Not only L, but I would like to share the entire data set. What will be the consequences? Please tell me the negative part. Can anyone please give me the answer? Can anyone please give me the answer? Rather than sharing only the sandwich size L related information, I would like to share the entire data set with the another team. So what will be the consequences? So as Sunil Kumar is telling that we will get an information breach. Okay. Shafi Ahmed, the team might manipulate the data set. Okay, that's right. Information breach, that's right. So what else? What else can be the issue? What else can be the issue? Can one please tell me what else can be the issue? Information breach is right. What you have told, that's correct. Security issue, very good. Nice point, Padmaja. Security issues. Yes, still what else? Still what else? Okay, so here let me make you very clear. What all you have told, it is right. Okay, security issue, information breach. Okay, the team might manipulate the data. All are right. So now what we are going to do, we are going to create a security. Okay, now let me give you one more real-time example. We all are living in cities, or if you are not living in a city but living nearby to any of the cities in India, then if you visit the metropolitan cities or another any of the cities in India, so if you go there, we will be looking there that we have lot of gated communities. Am I right? We will be having lot of gated communities. So what happens in the gated communities? There will be high security there, right? So if for example only the residents of that particular apartments, okay, can easily get the access inside, because they will be having this sticker on their car, on their vehicle, or they will be having one app or a tag where they can access the entry gate and they can go inside the gated community. Now what if the case, if we are the outsiders, right, we are the visitors, we would like to go inside these particular gated communities, we are not allowed. Okay, we have some security issue. What security issue? Until or unless those residents who are living inside those particular gated communities, until or unless they don't confirm that these people belong to your relatives or they are known to you, these people, the security will not send you inside. So with this what's happening, the management of the gated community, they are creating a high performance issue. Okay, they are creating a very good performance in their gated community that no sort of manipulation, no sort of disturbance, no sort of consequences, no thefting, no robbery, nothing can happen. Am I right? So everything is secured. Now in the same way, it happens the same way with the data as well. With the data as well. Alright. So here what I am going to do. Is that the particular aspect of the security that I am talking about in Power BI, we call it as a row level security. In Power BI, we call it as a row level security. Now, in the name itself, it is called as a row level security. So now the point is that in Power BI, we have two types of securities. One, we have static row level security, and another one, we have dynamic row level security. So what's happening? We have static row level security and we have dynamic row level security. So now what we have to do with these two, let's work on it. Now can anyone please tell me what is the difference? What is the difference between static row level security and dynamic row level security? Can anyone please tell me what is the difference between static row level security and dynamic row level security? Can anyone please answer me this one? Static row level security and dynamic row level security. Can anyone please reply me? What is meant by static row level security and dynamic row level security? What Mr. Anish is telling that if the dashboard is common to all, then we need to filter to user specific role. Yes, right? You are 100% correct. Static may be fixed. What Mr. Sunil Kumar is telling that static may be fixed. Okay. Fixed in the sense, fixed what? What is that fixed is defining me, Mr. Sunil Kumar? What exactly is this fixed defining? Can you please tell me? What is the difference between static row level security and dynamic row level security? Very important interview question. This is the very important interview question in Power BI. Okay, what is meant by static row level security and what is meant by dynamic row level security? Okay, so very interesting point is that to use the dynamic row level security, we need to have the license. Okay, we need to have the license, pro license or premium license. We need to have the license. By using free license, we cannot work on dynamic row level security. Okay, because that's where we will be working on Power BI service. Alright. Can anyone please reply me what is meant by static row level security and what is meant by dynamic row level security? Static uses a DAX function and dynamic uses domain name. But according to me, static and dynamic, we use DAX function there. Am I right? It's only specified reports. Okay, see, the reason that I am frequently asking you this question is that if you are working on Power BI, when this question is asked, the reply should be in a technical way. It cannot be in a random way. Okay, so what Ms. Padmaja is telling that static uses a DAX function and dynamic uses a domain name. I agree that we use a domain name, but still we will have one DAX function that we will be using in dynamic row level security. Okay, I mean in simple, static and dynamic, in both we use the DAX function. All right, Sunil Kumar, it's only specified reports. Okay, what kind of specified reports? The reports that we are about to select, only the specific report, I mean the specific page are you talking about? Okay, if yes, then let me just show it to you. For example, I would like to show only the L related information. What I am doing? I would like to share only the L related information. So for this, what I'm doing, so let me come back here. Okay, let me come to home. Okay, so this is my Power BI desktop. Am I right? So what I'm going to do is that I will be going here, okay, under modeling, and first let me go and create a role. What I'm doing? I'm going and creating a role. Okay, Shabbir Ahmed, static level security is fixed security which we will be assigning manually to the role, right? You are 100% correct. Dynamic level security, the security changes based upon the user. Very good. The clear way of answering it. Okay. So now for your reply, Mr. Shabbir Ahmed, what you have told that is correct. So for this, let me show it to practically to the viewers. Okay. What Mr. Shabbir Ahmed is telling that this static level security, it is fixed. Okay. Where we manually assign it. Okay. Where we can manually assign it. So let's go and assign. Alright. Let's go and assign here. So what I am doing, I am going to manage role. Okay. As you can see that there is no role created. Okay. Now I'll create a new role here and let me rename the role. Let me rename the role. So let me rename as sandwich size L. Okay. This is what I am renaming it. Alright. I'll come here under sandwich sales. I'll go here and let me select this sandwich size. If it is equal to L, okay, if it is equal to L, only the L related informations I would like to show, okay, or if you want to add another one, you can go and add it here. So as of now, let's keep it in a 1, alright. Let me click on save. Let me click on save, alright. I have clicked on save where you can see that successfully the role applied changes are done. Now let me close it. Now what I am doing, I have created one role. Okay, now let me view this in a particular role. So I will go here as a view as, and this one I have my role created. If I click on OK, we can see that in every particular visual, we can see the sandwich size L related information. Okay, L related information. Alright, now stop viewing. This is a static row level security where I have manually created. Alright, so now what I will be doing, I'll come back to home, select. Alright, so what's happening, you already have a semantic model, so let me replace it. Okay, let me replace it. So what's happening, I am publishing this particular Power BI report into my Power BI service, got it? It is successful, right? Now I will come back here. Okay, I will come back to the workspaces, and under the workspaces we have something called as day 2, where I have published my particular workspace, right? So now what I will be doing, I will come to the semantic model, I will go to the security, and as you can see that just now we have created one particular security, or one particular role, which is sandwich size L, right? So as you can see the 0 here, 0 is defining that this particular role is not allocated to anyone at all. This particular 0, what it is telling, this 0 is telling that this role is not being assigned to anyone. It's still not assigned. Okay. So now let me go and add member for this particular role. So now what member I am using here? So let me take any name. Okay. Let me take any name. So any name from your organization. So what I am doing, I am choosing one name, Mithil Trivedi here, and I am adding it. As you can see that I have added one member here. Now earlier it was 0, now it is 1, where I have added one member by name Mithil Trivedi. Now what's happening, as soon as I click on save, this member Mithil Trivedi, whoever she is added as a member in this particular semantic model, so she can have the access only for the sandwich size L related information. She can have access only for the sandwich size L related information. So now what I have created, that is a static row level security. Okay. So now we have some replies here in the chat box. Mr. Shafi Ahmed, in static row level security, we cannot manipulate the data set, but in dynamic row level security, we can. Is this correct? No. Security is the security. Now, no more manipulation will happen. All right. So, for example, as you can see that I have shared this particular sandwich size L related role with Mithil Trivedi. Now, she can see only the L related information. Now, there is no sort of manipulating to my entire data set, right? So that's not the way. All right. So when we go with the dynamic row level security, that's what I'm going to explain it to you. With that, you will get the reply for your question. All right. Fazil Ahmed, static is refers to the fixed access rules and predefined categories. Yes, we are predefining it. Bharat, static row level does not change. Dynamic row level defines changing. Okay, so static row level security does not change and dynamic row level defines changing. What change are you talking about? Can you please be specific about it? Okay, Fazil Ahmed, dynamic is access to a data that automatically adjusts in changing situations. Okay, it's good. All right, people. Now we have seen the static row level security. Now let me go and guide you over a dynamic row level security. All right. In order to work on a dynamic row level security, I am using another data set. Do not worry, this particular data set link is given to you in the description of this particular video description, YouTube link description. This data set is available. You can happily go and download the data set from a drive link. All right. Let's understand the data. Let's understand the data. So here I have the sales data where I have date related information. I have user ID related information, I have product ID related information, and I have sales related information. Okay, and I have another data where we have users related information, where we have user ID, user name, and user email. Okay, so we have 3 columns in the user table. Now let us see the modeling here. What is the relationship? It's one-to-many relationship it is created. Okay. Now I am coming back to the report view. Okay. So my dear viewers, if you look into the report view, I have just written one measure. I have just written one measure. I want to see who has logged in into this particular Power BI, into this particular system. That's where I'm using the DAX function called user principal name. So what I'm using? I'm using user principal name. So the time when I am just using this particular DAX function, then some random name we are getting it. As you can see, laptop file 2. This is some random name that we are getting it when I am using the user principal name. Now you might have a question, what exactly it is? Let me come to the point. Power BI is giving us the information, what is the person's name, the user name or the server name, so who has logged in into this particular system. Okay, so that's where it is giving me the login information name. Now if you look into it, I have logged in into Power BI. I have logged in into Power BI using the ID called some XYZ. Okay, but not with this name. You can see that it is IT services, but it is not something called as laptop 5L9200B0. It's not the same. These two are different. Am I right? Now what I have done, I have taken a table chart. So in this table chart, what I am doing, please look into this very carefully. People, please look into this very carefully. I have taken the username. I have taken the user email ID, user ID. So each particular user, what is the count of that product ID and how much sales they have. Now if you just look into it, I have created the role for this one already. As you can see that under this dynamic row level security, I have created one role. Okay, I have created one role. When I want to view this role as a dynamic row level security, you can see that I cannot see or I cannot view any data here. I cannot view any data here. Am I right? So what I have done in this particular role, what I have done, I have considered the user email. Okay, if you go into this one, if you go here, okay, as you can see that in this one, okay, as I have seen that I am taking user email, where user email equal to user principal name. I am using the DAX function here. I am using the DAX function here. Okay, so I have written one particular user principal name for my user email, and this is what is the role that I have created. When I want to see the role, then obviously I should see my name here, right? When I am weaving this role, I have to see my name because I have logged in with this particular email ID. I have to see my data here because I have logged in with this IT services here. But the time when I am weaving this as a dynamic row level security, we cannot see any data at all. The complete table is blank. The complete table is blank. So what is the issue here? So dynamic row level security, we will be showing this one when I try to publish it into my particular Power BI service. Okay, so under this particular workspace test, okay, I have this dynamic row level security that is created. I have the dynamic row level security that is created. As you can see here, when I have published this particular dynamic row level security, this report into my Power BI service, here it is showing me my G9 original login information. Now laptop 59200, whatever the name you are seeing here, that is not visible. Okay, so what's happening here is that I will come back to the workspace called test. I will show you the security that is created. So dynamic row level security, what it is there, I have added one member by name Asif Hussain. Here. So this particular role, if I just test it, so you can see that those persons who have logged in with their email ID, they can see only their particular information alone. They cannot see others' information here. That's what is the dynamic row level security. I hope I have practically explained the reply that we have got it from one of the viewers, which is Shabir Ahmed. Okay, so what you have told, the dynamic level security changes based upon the user login. So I have logged in with IT services, so that's what we are getting only my name here. For example, if you see here in this particular data, let me stop weaving. So what's happening here? For example, if I would have shared this particular report with Mr. Ajay or Mr. Gaurav or Miss Kashish or Miss Rinsi, then what will happen if they could have logged in using these user email details? Then they will see only their particular data, their user account data only, but they cannot see the other users' information. Okay, so that's how static row level security and dynamic row level security works. Okay, so that's how static row level security and dynamic row level security works. So now I have a question. People, in the live chat, I have shared one question with you all. Please go through the question. Let me see how many of you will be answering that at the earliest. Okay, the question is that you are working with a large data set. So this is a major problem with everyone. So whatever the data that I am showing it to you and we are working, it might be a very small data, but in the real-time companies when you are working, you will work with millions of records. Okay, some millions of records. So now what's happening here? Now when you are working with a large data set with 100 million plus rows, okay, in Power BI, that will take a long time to refresh, right? That will take a long time to refresh. So how can you optimize the scheduled refresh to improve the performance? So this is the question. Can anyone please try to answer it? How will you refresh to improve the performance? Can anyone please reply me to this particular question which is visible in the live chat? Which is visible in the live chat? Okay, along with that, I am posting the second question as well. Okay, so I am posting the second question as well in the live chat. So please go through the second question as well and try to reply me with both the questions. Okay, so here is your second question. Everyone towards the live chat, please. Here you have the question. The question is that the Power BI report, it connects to on-premises SQL Server database. So let's consider that the Power BI what we are working it on, it is connected with the SQL Server database. Now you want to automate the data refresh every day at 7 a.m. If you want to refresh your dataset every day at 7 a.m., how would you set up the scheduled refresh? How would you set up the scheduled refresh? So this is the question. So what generally happens is that if you are aware of the mechanical industries, the production industries, the manufacturing industries, the pharmaceutical industries, the drug industries. So if you just have a glance at those production lines, the conveyor belts and all, so they will have some target, right? So the target is that every day there should be some 50 vehicles coming out of the conveyor belt. Okay, so if that is the case, so like this they will have a target. Now the point is that on every particular conveyor belt there will be a big screen attached where the report will be there, where the report will be generated automatically that these many number of vehicles have come out, these vehicles have some errors, these vehicles have some manufacturing defects. Now at the end of the day, what's happening is that they would like to just refresh the data and check every day morning before they visit the office or before any other new shift people come and take charge of the particular work. They should see the updated data. So now it is highly impossible that every time one person comes, every time that person uses the mouse, do manually the refresh, it is not possible. So what we have to do is that we have to set up a time. Let's consider 7 a.m. So every day at 7 a.m., though the person is physically available there or not, the refresh should happen automatically at 7 a.m. Okay, so that's how is the question. So what and how you have to work on it. Okay, so that's how you have to work on it. So for that, just look into it. We have a reply from Sunlit. Okay, in Power BI service there is an option schedule refresh. Okay, that's correct, right? So remove unnecessary columns and tables, avoid loading the data that is not required for analysis. If possible, pre-aggregate data before loading it into Power BI. Yes, that's right. I mean, this is the reply for the question number 1, Mr. Shabir Ahmed. Okay. Alright. So when it comes to the scheduled refresh, let me show it to you. What I am going to do here, I am going to this particular test. Okay. So we have the sandwich sales report here. Okay. So what I am doing, I am going here into more options and we have something called as settings. So if I go to settings, we have something option called as a refresh. As you can see that this particular refresh is disabled. Okay. The reason that it is disabled because we have to create a gateway cloud configuration first. Then we have to come and work on this one. So let me connect this now. Let's work on the gateway first. So what exactly is a gateway? Gateway, it will act as a bridge between your on-premises data and to your cloud services. Okay, it will act as a bridge. So whatever the reports that you are doing, whatever the data that you have, you are going to connect it with the cloud services. So that's where the gateway comes into the picture. So once when you are here into your Power BI service, so once when you are here into the Power BI service, okay, so here you have an option called gateway connections. Okay, so you have to get and enable this gateway connections. Okay, so we have two types of connections. One we have standard mode and another one we have is a personal mode. So personal mode data gateway is that data gateway that you work and you use it for your own cause. Cool. Okay. So we have to configure a refresh schedule. What we have to do? Refresh schedule. In general, if I talk about, it is a schedule refresh. So in general, if I talk about, it is a schedule refresh. Alright. So what I am doing, it is off now. So let me click on, okay, let me click it on. So as soon as I have clicked the refresh on, we can see that the schedule refresh by default, it is daily. Okay. So now what you want to do, if you want to convert it into weekly, so schedule refresh, I can schedule it weekly. Now the point is that I can go and add the time. For example, every day at 7 a.m. I have to have the scheduled, I have to refresh the data. Okay. So this is point number one. Now what's happening here? If you just look into it, if I want to add some other time, morning at 7 a.m. I have to create a refresh. Next, morning at 10 a.m. I have to create a refresh. Next, at morning 11 a.m. I have to create a refresh. Next, afternoon at 12 I have to create a refresh, 12 p.m. Okay, so again at 1 p.m. So again at 3 p.m. Okay, so let's consider 3 p.m. Okay, again at some 5 p.m. Alright. So like this I can go and add another time. Let us consider 10 p.m. Okay. So now what's happening is that the option called add another time is missing here. How many times we can do that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 times I can go and set up a time and I can go and schedule a refresh. Now my question to you all viewers, those who are seeing my live chat right away. So I can go and schedule the time up to 8 times. So it means that what type of license I am using? Can anyone please reply to me? I am going and what type of license I am using? As you can see that I have an option called to schedule the refresh up to 8 times. So what type of license I am using? You can refresh your data up to 8 times. This is possible in which type of license? That is a question. Can anyone please reply me with the answer? What type of license? Very good. Shafi Ahmed and Arun Kumar, it's correct. I am using a pro license. 100% correct. When you are using a pro license, you can go and create a schedule refresh up to 8 times. Now the same question, what happens if I try to schedule a refresh up to 48 times in a day? So if I try to refresh the data up to 48 times, so that comes under which type of license? Can anyone please reply me? That comes under which type of license? Very good. It's a premium license. Okay. So what you have told, that's correct. So if I am able to refresh the data up to 48 times, it means that comes under the category of premium license. Alright. Now it is just for your awareness that we have some other licenses also in Power BI which is newly embedded, which is Azure, which is Microsoft Fabric. Okay, we have license where in order to use the different tools such as Azure, SQL, some data transformation in order to connect with another. So in order to avoid all things, it is like a one-stop platform which is Microsoft Fabric, where your Azure, your data lake, your one lake, all will come into the one place which is Microsoft Fabric. So that license also is available nowadays. Alright, fine. So this is something about if I click on apply, the refresh, the scheduled refresh, it will be applied. Alright. So this is something about the scheduled refresh. Now we have something called as incremental refresh. So in order to work on incremental refresh, so let me go and transform data. What exactly is an incremental refresh? Incremental refresh, in the name itself we have incremental refresh. It means that the data which is updated newly, the data which is added newly, the data which is incremented newly. So if we have such kind of data, if you want to update or refresh the newly loaded, newly updated, newly incremented data, that's where we go with the incremental refresh. Alright, so for this what I am doing, I have come here into my Power BI and Power Query editor. So what I have is that if you just look into it, we have something called as manage parameters. So we have to create a parameter first. So for this, let's consider here we have the order date, right? So under this order date, we have the date starting from 1st January 2015 till 31st December 2015. So if I would like to create a incremental refresh for 1st December 2015 to 31st December 2015, so how I have to do that? For this what I am doing, I am going to manage parameters and I am clicking on new parameter here. What I am doing? I am clicking on new parameter. So let me give the parameter name here as range start, okay? So what I am doing, I am choosing the date type here, and the current value what I am doing, 01/12/2015 I am considering, 01/12/2015, which is my range start, okay? So now I am clicking on OK here. Now what I am doing, I am coming back and I am creating another new parameter here, and in this new parameter I have considered the start date. Now let me go with the end date, so range end, okay? So type date and the value I am considering as 31/12/2015. all right, I am creating OK. So what I have done, I have created two parameters here. One is range start and another one is range end. All right. So if you just come back into this particular data, and if I show you the order date column, so here I have to go and apply the filter. So what I have to do, I will go here and we have something called as date filters, and under the date filters we have an option called custom filter. If I click on custom filter, we will get an option to input the parameters. So here what I am doing, here I am considering is after or equal to, and here I will go and consider the parameter. Parameter is my range start, which is my start date. Now what I am doing here, I am going and choosing is before or equal to, after or equal to the start date, before my end date, which means that from 1st December 2015 before 31st December 2015. So that's what the parameter I am considering it. I will go with the range end. Okay, we have range start and range end. Now as soon as I click on OK, we can see that my particular order date column, it is filtered. It is filtered with the 1st December 2015 till we have the 31st December 2015. Okay, my particular order date column, it is filtered with the parameter that I have given, which is the first date and which is the last date, which is the start date and the end date. So two parameters we have it here. Now what I am doing, I am clicking on close and apply. Okay, I am clicking on close and apply. As soon as I click on close and apply, that changes are applicable here in my particular data. That changes are applied here in a particular data. So one kind information to you all, if you are working on this incremental refresh, this will be possible if you are using a premium license. Okay, this will be possible if you are using a premium license. So as of now I am using a pro license. So just let me show you one last step here. So what I am doing here, I'll come into my particular data, more options, and we have something called as incremental refresh. So we have something called as incremental refresh. As soon as I click on incremental refresh, so we have this sandwich sales live. You need to just set up this one on, and you have to give the time date and you have to click on apply. As soon as you click on apply, your particular the refresh, incremental refresh will be applicable when you have the range start and range end that you have given. As of now I cannot do this one because I am using a pro license. If you are using a premium license, yes, this is possible. when you are using a premium license, which is incremental refresh. So my dear viewers, using incremental refresh always is a positive sign for a performance issue. Okay, so if you have 100 millions of records, okay, if you are trying to do a refresh all the time, the entire data set refresh all the time, there might be the possibility that your data might load slowly. There might be some performance issue. So at that particular moment, what we will do is that we will go and opt incremental refresh. Okay, so very important. So today we have seen lot of important points, very important interview question, difference between a scheduled refresh and incremental refresh, difference between what exactly is a static RLS and dynamic RLS gateway. So these are the different important points and important questions for interviews as well. And if as we are working in a professional sector in Power BI, we generally use all these things, where we use incremental refresh, where we use the row level security, because there might be many such situations in real time where we have to share the data with many of them. So that's where our row level security also comes into the picture. So my dear viewers, in this video today we have learned many interesting things. Managing roles, viewing the roles, creating row level security, static row level security, dynamic row level security. We have seen scheduled refresh, incremental refresh, gateways and all. So like this, we will be learning many more interesting things in the next few days left for our Power BI live sessions. So for your kind information, we will be connecting every day from 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. excluding Sundays. So my dear viewers, I am opening up the platform for question and answers to you all. Here I have one more question that I have posted here in the chat box. Can anyone please look into the question number 3? The question number 3 is that how are you going to implement the RLS in Power BI to ensure that the sales managers see only their region's data, and how can the users be dynamically assigned to their regions? So this is an interesting question. Can anyone try to answer this question, please? The question is that how would you implement RLS in Power BI to ensure the sales manager sees only the regions data, their regions data? Okay. So, and how can the users be dynamically assigned to their regions? Can anyone please try to answer this question? Can anyone please try to answer this question? Question number 3. We can create roles based on their regions, which are Sunil Kumar. Okay. Still. We can create users groups based on regions and assign roles to groups. Okay. User based on their regions. Okay. Okay, so what you are telling, Mr. Sunil Kumar and Ms. Padmaja. So here you are telling that we will be using the roles based upon the regions, we raised upon the groups and all. So is it mandatory that we create a account? I mean, we will be using the user principal name as a DAX function here, where we go dynamically, then using this particular region's data. So for example, manager A is looking after north, manager B is looking after south, manager C is looking after west. So why can't I go and create a role here with the region where the manager names are included in it? For example, if the manager is logging with their email ID, so they can see only A related, which is, for example, A is looking after north, I can be using only north related information, right? So that can be one of the interesting steps in order to work on this particular question. All right. we need to apply static RLS to sales manager. We can assign users to region dynamic. Is this correct? So I'm not telling this is wrong, but this is a very lengthy step. We can easily assign it by using the region as user principal name, and with that we can create a row level security. Alright people, thank you so much. It's been a great pleasure interacting with you. We will connect again tomorrow evening at 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. IST. Thank you for choosing KnowHow Academy as your source for IT knowledge. We are always here to help you to navigate the tech world. If you have any questions, do not hesitate to reach out. It's been a pleasure sharing this